change much this process.
You know, you may have seen a New Yorker joke. A couple are watching TV, and one says, when you think of the vast educational potential of TV, aren't you glad it...
When you think of the vast educational potential of social media, isn't it sad that it doesn't? Not that it's all just, frivolous, innocuous, pointless waste of attention. There's occasional things that you learn, but it seems that it's a lot of stuff that's just sort of redundant based on...
It doesn't. This is based on the assumption, you see, that it's the content that does the educating, not the medium.
Bla bla in this film.
Check out there was lightning in my house.
Kids reach. They don't want jobs. The next phase is the dropout executive.
Art is anything you can get away with.
Oh.
Electrically, we live in a world which is totally interrelated by information.
Vast educational potential of TV, aren't you glad it doesn't? This is based on the assumption, you see, that it's the content that does. People are watching TV.
Contents of television would change much this process.
You know, you may have seen a New Yorker joke. A couple are watching TV, and one says, when you think of the vast educational potential of TV, aren't you glad it doesn't? This is based on the assumption, you see, that it's the content that does the educating, not the medium.
Bla bla in this film.
Check out there was lightning in my house.
Kids reach. They don't want jobs. The next phase is the dropout executive.
Art is anything you can get away with.
Oh.
Electrically, we live in a world which is totally interrelated by information.
99% of the time, companies will come to them after the spot's all finished. They'll have a 15-second or 30-second pre-roll, hand it to them, and basically say, can you retrofit this and make it interactive? And you're saying that, which is fine, and you guys are able to do a lot with that and create a lot from that. But how much better it would be if, before the fact, like in the writing process and in the production process, if you guys were looped in. So basically our case study was to say, okay, what if we did that ourselves? And very limited time, we basically had 2 weeks. I had a character that I'm building called Thumbjaw, which is just a side project, and it's supposed to be all photos and video. But so I never had any intention of making it interactive. But basically they showed me the tool set they have and the people in place and said, this is what we could do. And normally you do this with click-through ads and things like that, but I was like, well, with this same structure, can we not create new stories out of it and kind of utilize it for that? So that's basically what it is. East Pleasant from New York produced it with me.
Get a deal. Any further big tech nominations, we'd love to hear from you. I can guarantee those will get read.
Are there any Wizards take? We need like some sort of company that peaked in like the late 1970s.
Well,
is somehow still around and
is AOL still solvent? Because I believe Ted Leonsis was intimately involved and is intimately involved with the Wizards. So I did want to read this comment before we shift gears. Liberty says, hi guys, loving the podcast. On the discussion about the shift to video being the dominant medium on the internet, I think one huge factor that you guys didn't mention is the tech. The internet started with only text because with the bandwidth storage...
Training years and a half, and worried today to start the filming. You couldn't do it that well.
You know, all these people are great big windbags, things that you could put on one page. They use a whole book for.
Well,
tremendously purple.
He says that he probably wouldn't write it now, but the fact is that that's a project that he started on 50 years ago, and he just had to carry it to the end.
That's tremendous. But look, let me see.
He's one of the guys that have kept the most aware.
I know, but why all the Heidegger is another windbag? Endless repetition. It's like a broken record. And it's art. I know what he said. And I agree up to a point, quite a big point. But I also know that Salviti doesn't know. And I know when he should shut up, and he doesn't. He should have shut up long ago.